We've reached the part of the course where we're going to start using some logic. And to use logic, we need some statements. And we're going to start off with a basic if statement. And by that, I mean, if something is true, then I'm going to do something because that is true. Now, because these are very important, they form a lot of the logic throughout this course. I'm going to put them in their own folder. So when we're in our Explorer here, I'm going to click off and make sure I'm not in a folder. So that's highlighted in blue. Create a new folder. We'll call this if statements. And in there, I'll create a new file. I'll just call this one if.php. I'll just close up this basic operators folder so we can see what's going on. And as always, we start with our code block. So PHP code block. So let me start by putting some variables in to help us with this. The first one, let's say a is equal to 10. Now I know I've always said to use variable names that make sense, but this is just a demo, so we don't need anything too fancy. We can have b equal to 5. Let's have c, we'll put that equal to true. And then we'll put d, you can probably guess, d we're going to put equal to false. Now throughout this course, you'll find I'm very explicit in the way I say the following. If something is true, do something. And I've had students comment on my previous courses that that's the one takeaway that they've really remembered. If something is true, do something. And it works like this. If something is true, round brackets, do something, and that's in those curly braces. So if something is true, do something. In the curly braces, I go straight in there and I split them open. And inside these curly braces, this is what we are going to output or do something. This is what we're going to execute. The test for that execution goes in these round brackets. And in those round brackets, that test must be true for us to execute whatever code is in here. Now the code to execute, let's just say echo, and we'll just echo true, just so we know that the statement is true. In here, let's start off with something fairly easy. Let's test if A is greater than B. Now in this particular case, A is greater than B, so we should see echo and we should see the word true. Now, once you're in the browser to check, the first thing you'll need to do is go to the parent directory because you might be in the basic operators directory here. So go back to the parent directory, go into your if statements and then if.php. And there we go, we've got true. So that's a fairly straightforward one. Now, what happens if we say, well, if A is less than B? In this case, this is false, and therefore this should not execute. And when I go across, refresh, we should get no output whatsoever, so that is working. What if we want to test if A is equal to B? And this is the one I stressed in the previous lesson. We have a double equals, equal to. If A is equal to B, then we're going to equal true. Again, it's not true, so we should get no output. Refresh, no output. But if I put A equal to 5, then A is definitely equal to B, in which case we will echo true. So that works. What if we want to test if A is not equal to B? In that case, it's the exclamation mark and equals. So if A is not equal to B, then we would get the output. Well, clearly they are equal, so I shouldn't get any output. So refresh, no output. But if I put A back to 10, in which case, again, they are not equal. So this is true, so it should output this. Refresh, there we go, we've got true. Now inside these brackets, these round brackets, I said that we just need something to be true in there. So what we can do, we can just say if C. Well, C is true, in which case this bracket is now true, and we should get the output of true. Refresh, there we go. If I put D in here, well, D is false, in which case this won't execute, and I should get nothing on the screen. Refresh, there we go, no output. The other one I mentioned was when we had a triple equals. So let me just look at that. We've got A here, it's equal to 10. That's an integer value. B, let's put this equal to a double or a floating point number, but we'll put 10.00, or you put 10.0. In which case, yes, they have the same value, but they are not the same type. One's an integer, one's a double. So in here, if we say if, and we'll have A, is identical to B, so if they are identical, I want you to echo true. Well, they are not identical because they are different types. Therefore, if I refresh, I get no output. If, however, I put this equal to 10, now they are identical. They're the same value and the same type. Refresh, and I get true. So hopefully you can see how powerful this is. This test, if something is true, do something. This is going to form the basics of the rest of the course. For a lot of things we're doing, we will need these tests. If something is true, I want to do something with it. And I want you to remember that if something is true, do something. If you found this video useful, then remember to give me a quick thumbs up. And if you would like to be notified when I release new videos, then hit that subscribe button and remember to click on the little notification bell.